ever seen a truck driver make a mistake that leads to a huge accident? From big trucks falling over to heavy machines crashing, these shocking failures will leave you surprised. Some drivers escape just in time, while others face big trouble. Don't miss these unbelievable truck and heavy equipment fails. Watch now and see it all happen. Number 25. Reckless driving at its worst. The truck was overloaded, already leaning to the right, but the genius driver still kept going. Slowly, it tilted more and more. Then, in a second, it rolled over badly. Metal scraped, dust covered everything, and people rushed over. A man opened the front door and pulled out the confused driver. Number 24. This is not just a failure, it's a disaster in the making. The idiot truck driver thought he was the smartest on the road, carrying an excavator heavier than his truck. The bridge creaked, warning him, but he kept going with full confidence. Then, in seconds, the truck tilted, the excavator slid, and both crashed straight down. What a brilliant disaster. Number 23. You've never seen a disaster like this. The genius truck driver took a turn with a truck loaded like a moving mountain. The moment he turned, the heavy load went one way, the truck's body went another. And the four wheels? They happily rolled forward alone, leaving everything behind. Number 22. You won't believe what happens next. The workers were carefully unloading a heavy truck from a ship. The driver, looking confident, made a small mistake. The truck started moving the wrong way. Within seconds, it rolled off the edge, straight into the water. Number 21. Next, an excavator was lifting a loaded truck onto another truck. Everything depended on the driver's skills, or lack of them. One wrong move and disaster struck. The loaded truck tilted, the other one followed, and both flipped like a comedy stunt. Number 20. Just wait until you see this disaster. A truck was carrying heavy equipment at a construction site. The driver proudly reversed to unload it. But his genius had no limits. He kept going. Workers screamed, but it was too late. The truck rolled straight into a ditch and flipped upside down. Number 19. And in the blink of an eye, disaster strikes. An excavator was tearing down a building. The driver, thinking he was a demolition expert, smashed the front wall first. Brilliant move. The entire building collapsed forward in seconds. No time to escape, no backup plan. Number 18. 1 second of carelessness and everything goes terribly wrong. A truck was carrying a heavy object, and the driver looked confident, as if he mastered physics. The moment he took a turn, the object tipped over and crashed to the right. Workers watched in disbelief. Number 17. This failure is on another level. A truck was loaded with dirt, and the driver was reversing to unload it. One tiny mistake, his special talent, and the truck tipped over. Dirt spilled everywhere, covering the site like a surprise gift. Now, we need another truck to clean this mess. Number 16. And then, everything comes crashing down. A crane was lifting an excavator, but the weight was clearly too much. Did that stop this genius from operating it? Of course not. The crane struggled, tilted, and within seconds the excavator tumbled down the mountain. The crane followed. Number 15. Watch closely. This failure is unbelievable. A truck was loaded with a ring-shaped object, twice its weight. The driver proudly drove forward like nothing could go wrong. Then, disaster. The overloaded section bent, and the truck froze mid-road, refusing to move. Number 14. One wrong move, and it's game over. A truck was carrying way more weight than it should. The driver, feeling like a pro, confidently took a turn. Bad idea. The truck couldn't handle it and flipped over like a failed stunt. Number 13. Watch as these reckless drivers destroy everything in their path. A long truck was speeding down the road from the opposite side. The driver, clearly overconfident, lost control. The truck swerved off-road, but instead of stopping, it crashed straight into an oncoming truck. Number 12. This is not just a failure, it's a masterpiece of disaster. A heavily loaded truck was coming down a rough, bent road. It tilted once, a clear warning, but the driver thought speed was the answer. Genius move. He pushed harder, and the truck flipped badly. Number 11. A heavy excavator was lowering another excavator into a ditch at a construction site. The operator, overconfident in his genius, ignored basic balance. As he continued, his excavator tilted, lost control, and flipped straight into the ditch. Number 10. A disaster waiting to happen, and here it is. A truck was unloading dirt, and everything was going smoothly. Just as the last bit was about to drop, the driver's luck ran out. The truck lost balance and flipped over like a failed stunt. Number 9. This moment will make you shake your head. At a construction site, a heavy excavator was lifting a crane upward while workers carried on below. Everything seemed fine, until the operator made a tiny mistake. The excavator slipped slightly, lost control, and down went the crane. Seconds later, the excavator followed. Number 8. This is stupidity at its finest. Watch closely. On a busy road, two trucks were moving smoothly. Then, out of nowhere, the driver of the rear truck decided to surprise everyone. He suddenly swerved left, lost control, and crashed straight onto the footpath. Chaos followed. Number 7. If you think this is bad, wait till you see the end. An excavator was loading a massive rock onto a truck. The operator, feeling like a pro, lifted it high, but miscalculated. The rock slipped, crashed onto the truck, and the back end lifted off the ground. Number 6. Get ready. This is a truck fail like no other. A heavily loaded truck stood still with a massive object on top. Suddenly, it rolled backward. The driver, clearly clueless, failed to control the speed. The truck crashed straight into a wall, breaking it down completely. Number 5. Next, a truck was coming down a muddy road and stopped. It needed to reverse, so a man placed bricks in front of its tires for support. But the driver had other plans. He lost control. The truck rolled backward, gaining speed, and before anyone could react, it flipped over completely into the mud. Number 4. This footage will make you rethink the idea of ever driving a truck. A tractor was pulling a truck overloaded with heavy logs uphill. The driver, ignoring all logic, kept pushing. The tractor struggled but couldn't handle the weight. Instead of moving up, it rolled back. In seconds, the tractor lost control and flipped over, crashing right into the loaded truck. Number 3. When bad driving meets, disaster is guaranteed. A truck driver lost in his world, kept driving without noticing that the truck was still in unloading condition. He moved ahead like nothing was wrong. As he reached a bridge, disaster struck. The unstable truck wobbled, lost balance, and flipped over, leaving behind a complete traffic mess. Number 2. And just like that, everything falls apart. A heavily loaded truck moved onto a rough road, with the driver completely unaware of what was ahead. Suddenly, the truck hit a bump, but the driver didn't react. The truck lost control, rolled backward, and flipped over. A man walking behind saw the disaster coming and ran for his life. Number 1. Finally, in just 1 second, everything goes horribly wrong. A truck loaded with dirt sped down the road like the driver was in a race. He took a sharp turn without slowing down, completely ignoring the roadwork ahead. The road was blocked, but he didn't care. The truck hit a hurdle, jerked violently, and all the dirt spilled forward. The skill of these truck drivers is beyond imagination, turning simple tasks into absolute disasters with zero effort. From insane overloads to mind-blowing crashes, they redefine what it means to be reckless. Want to witness more unbelievable fails? Hit the subscribe button now and stay tuned for more jaw-dropping, idiot-level driving that will leave you stunned.